Daksh, how was your Sunday?
It was pretty good. And how was your Sunday?
I went to the science museum with my family. We saw many types of science related objects.
Oh, impressive, Khushi.
Hey Daksh, look at this chart. It shows solids, liquids and gases. Do you know what they are?
Not really, Khushi. I wonder what makes them different.
Hello, Khushi and Daksh. I see you're interested in the chart. What are you curious about?
We were wondering what solids, liquids and gases are.
That's a great question. Let's start with understanding the matter first.
What is a matter?
Everything around us is made up of matter. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. It can exist in three main states: solid, liquid, and gas.
So, everything we see is matter.
Exactly, Daksh. The chair you are sitting on, the water in your bottle, and the air we breathe are all examples of matter. Let's talk about the three states of matter. First, we have solids. Solids have a definite shape and volume. This means they don't change shape unless you cut, bend, or break them. In solid, molecules are packed very closely. They do not have space between them. They have a very strong force of attraction between them. So, they do not move freely. Can you give me an example of a solid?
A rock is a solid.
That's right, Khushi. A rock has a fixed shape and volume. Your books and chair are also solid. Now, let's talk about liquids. Liquids have a definite volume but take the shape of the container. This means they can flow and be poured. In liquid, molecules are less closely packed than solids. You know, kids, molecules have some space between them, so they can flow easily.
So, water can be poured into anything?
Exactly, Daksh. Water can take the shape of any container. It is poured into liquids, can neither be bent or broken. Lastly, gases. The vapor coming out of the pot is a gas. Matter in its gaseous state can change its volume and shape, taking up the space of its container. Can you think of an example of a gas?
The air we breathe?
Perfect, Khushi. The air around us is a mixture of gases. Now, let's talk about how matters can change from one state to another. I will show you how this happens. There are four main processes: melting, vaporization, condensation, and freezing. Melting is when a solid turns into a liquid. Daksh, what happens when you leave an ice cube out on a hot day?
It melts into the water.
Correct, Daksh. The solid ice turns into liquid water. When we heat a liquid, it will create bubbles. Vaporization is when a liquid turns into a gas. This can happen through boiling or evaporation. Can you tell me what happens when you boil water?
It turns into steam.
Exactly, Khushi. The liquid water changes into water vapor, which is a gas.
This is so cool.
Let's know about condensation. Condensation is when a gas turns back into liquid. Have you ever noticed water droplets on the outside of a cold glass?
Yes, that is condensation.
Yes, Daksh. The water vapor in the air cools down and changes into liquid water droplets. Let's learn about freezing now. Freezing is when a liquid turns into a solid. What happens when you put water in the freezer?
It turns into ice.
Right, Khushi. the liquid water freezes and becomes solid ice. Now, let's talk about solutes, solvents and solutions. When you mix sugar with water, the sugar is the solute and the water is the solvent. The result is a solution. You know, kids, when we add sugar in water and leave it for some time, it gets dissolved in water. This solution tastes sweet.
So, a solution is the mixture of a solute and a solvent?
Exactly, Daksh. The solute dissolves in the solvent to form a solution.
Ma'am, what do we call that process when a substance is dissolved in the liquid?
The substances which get dissolved in the liquid are called soluble substances. The substances which do not dissolve in the liquid are sand, wood, plastic, etc. These substances are called insoluble substances. Great job, everyone! Today we learnt about matter, its states and how it can change from one state to another. We also talked about solutes, solvents and solutions. Do you have any questions?
Yes. Why do some substances dissolve in water while others don't?
Good question, Khushi. It depends on the chemical properties of the substances. Some substances are more soluble in water than others.
What about gases? Can they dissolve in water too?
Yes, Daksh, some gases like carbon dioxide can dissolve in water. That's how we get fizzy drinks. I'm glad you both are so curious about science. Keep asking questions and exploring the world around you. Science is full of amazing discoveries.